doing poorly in this country.
Yeah.
And they shot Trayvon Martin dead for looking kind of like I look.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X ended up dead for telling the truth. So as a comedian, I don't think it won't happen to me. I think they've thrown me in jail 36 times in 36 months. And I think you've never seen me in a court of law. That means they're effing with me. And today they crossed the line because now they took my babies.
All right, man. Well,
Yep.
Katt, we wish you luck, man.
And luck is unnecessary. God's side and the other side. Say what side you on. Say why you don't like the other side. And then get to the game. And this is the age of truth. And it's up for all of them. It is all catching hell in 2024. Why they take.
We're going to be diving into Katt Williams. Are you ready to dive down this rabbit hole? Grab your drink of choice and let's get diving. Salud.
What I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew. Don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama. Only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
I'm saying there's the good side and the bad side of these businesses, and
but think about what you just think about what you just said. That's extremely thoughtful and powerful. It could only be what it was if it were those two. Those two, yes. Will Smith and Chris Rock. It could only be what it has been with those two black men.
If you put any other names together, the police are out on stage, they've cut to commercial, you didn't see what happened. By the time they come out, people have been removed. It goes on. It's certain ways things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
Somebody, even if it looks like, Janet Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing.
Correct.
I don't care who you blame it.
I believe that.
Somebody benefited. Yeah. So in all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money involved, and somebody's benefiting from this thing that looks like, oh, that just happened. Nah, no way. No way. It would be hard for a homeless guy to get into the Hollywood Bowl, let alone a homeless guy be able to rush the stage and actually.
Everything Katt Williams sat here and said.
Right.
We all know it to be the truth. However, we get so caught up in, well, I ain't going to say nothing.
Right.
Well, can you believe he said it? Or can you?
Or it's the messenger.
It's the messenger, baby. We get so caught up in the messenger that we'll overlook the message. People have a hard time hearing a 5'5" giant tell the truth. People have a hard time with a black woman over 200 pounds tell the truth, because people that look like us, we should just be grateful we got invited to the party.
Right.
We should just be grateful that someone paid us attention. I've dealt with that my whole life. I've dealt with that. So when you get to a space where you say, listen, I want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to walk around intimidated, scared, fearful. What might happen? What they going to say? What they going to do? If it's your story and it's the truth, tell it. Because what you can do is be in a position to prevent it happening to someone else over and over and over again. People have such a problem with Katt Williams. People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus. And you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children? What would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions. Right. Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie and get a reward? So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how we're dealing with one another right now. That's why we're in the position we are now as a community, as a Black community, as a community in entertainment. Everybody's been so afraid to say, look what they did to me. Look what they said. And it's like, oh, well, listen now, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, especially if the messenger doesn't fit what people should think the messenger is supposed to look like. Right. And we keep repeating history, Shannon. And when you hear Katt say, you know what they do? They don't say anything and they act like it didn't happen. I'm going to keep talking until you take accountability.
Right.
All right. So Monique is another remarkable woman and truth teller. I know she gets a lot of hate because of her being blacklisted so long ago. And a lot of people don't like her. I like Monique. And I believe the things she has to say. What are your thoughts on Monique?
Dave Chappelle did an interview a few years back, and he specifically said something to the effect of, there's this whole idea of like strong people in Hollywood being called crazy, and how there's a fine line between being crazy or being a genius. And he said in particular, it takes a strong person to sit in the seat that you're sitting in.
Chappelle's, I guess, the perfect person to discuss that. In order to technically be sane, it requires that your belief system go along with everybody else's. And so that's why they put such a high modicum on labeling you as that, just in preparation for what you might later say. On the deep end of it, they have an idea that there's a Messiah coming and they're not sure who it's gonna be. They just know it should stick out. So they look every time something sticks out to make sure that's not it. Either way, genius is relative, and it's generally better served once you're gone. Right. So the geniuses that we all agree upon, that's not exactly what they were viewed as. Right. At the time. There's no way for the guy outside with a kite with keys on it trying to get struck intentionally by lightning. Yeah. There's no way for him not to be crazy in the current
just because he's different
frame of reference.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have to see this guy be right enough times that we go, wait a minute, he can't be crazy and right.
Big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
Yes,
big
ma'am.
in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
calm down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
No, $12.
To the point where she says, Katt, she just wants it. To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want an Emmy for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room and doesn't mention the Emmy, and immediately...
Guys, you all know how that played out. But for good old time's sake, let's revisit.
That joint was...
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't?
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Child, the gnarled fingers gets me every time. That was Katt's response after Wanda suggested that Katt had permed his hair, and the roast only got deeper from there. Note that this roast was after Wanda had grilled Katt about the things they had agreed not to talk about, including his cases and his kids. I mean, if they had already agreed not to mention the kids, why was Wanda asking about what he makes them? And in the process, low-key tried to make it look like Katt was a failure. I'm just saying that whatever she got, she had it coming.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me that.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600.
Whatever, little mama.
I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl.
And what are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
Katt also shut down Wanda's suggestion that he spent time in prison by reminding her that he had 19 felonies and no convictions. And at one point, he also told Wanda to remove her headphones and wig, to which she told him to take off them old-ass clothes he got on. To that, Katt responded by opening his jacket to show that he was wearing a piece from what he claimed was an as-yet-released Versace collection and roasted the hell out of what Wanda was wearing.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No, $12. No. That all is available. If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash.
Damn, somebody remind me to stay off Katt Williams' bad side forever. Please and thank you. Child, there were a lot of clips in the roast, but looking back, I can't understand for the life of me why Wanda told Katt that she makes good broccoli. And probably the thing that caught me the most was the background laughter throughout the roast. That was hilarious and should only tell you that your colleagues are not your friends, guys. They are your workmates, period. Well, Wanda later talked about the roast and said that Frank asked her to invite Katt on the air when they learned he was in the green room with Red
Williams.
Grant,
He opens up 2024 with some words.
I find it's crazy that Katt Williams did this interview dropping all this truth around the same time the Epstein list is dropping. Yeah, I'm talking about crazy names like Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson was on that list. We're in the age of Aquarius, the age of truth, the age of knowledge. So everything that was done in the dark, it is now coming to the light. That great deception is over with. There is no more lies. It has literally been written in every prophecy in every religion on the face of this earth. And you going to stand with the truth, which is God, or you going to stand with the other side? You did. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the age of Aquarius.
So I'm not one who believe in horoscopes. And I use the term age of Aquarius for its meaning, the year or age era of truth. Do you believe that the veil is being torn in two, and everything that's in darkness is coming to the light, not only in the music industry, in the world, politics, and so forth?
You know,
about men in dresses.
Or the dress at that moment.
it was like, wasn't slack from people. Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress. You know,
He called you, or is this?
no, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, you know, don't get in the dress. So the Awakened Brandon, you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
How did they present that? Well, you knew right away you had to get in a dress.
I did the scene on Lottery Ticket. That scene on Lottery Ticket. After that, they were pushing his dress on me. It was something about that scene that touched a lot of people, and I think I was too real. The same thing like to Tupac. When you too real, they start looking at you like, hold on, how'd this slip past us? Who's this guy? You know what I mean? And then it's like, you know what? Yeah, he might be a kid. Just put him in a dress.
What do you think the dress is about? Is it to tone us down, to tone that realness down?
I think the dress, personally, is a thing that is not in our culture to do. And I think everybody will want to put their culture on us. No, not to hate your culture or your God. Mm-hmm. If your God say you can put on a dress and your culture is normal for you, that you have the right as a human to choose that. But me, for my God and my culture, my ancient culture, we didn't do stuff like that. So I was cursed by it. I believe it was a curse that went with that personally, because nothing went right since then. That's truthful. No one can tell me, hey man, you thinking too much, man. You sit down, man. Everything went wrong. Just like everything went right. Everything went wrong when I put on that dress.
So, to all my brothers out there, would any of you sell yourself out to wear a dress? And if so, explain your reasoning.
Isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress? And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay. At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. We had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3. It was his turn next. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. It's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. Right. I'm still not going to join. I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but I am going to stand by what I stand for.
You mentioned the dress. Big conversation about that. Did you get like slack when you wore the dress at that moment?
It was like, wasn't slack from people. Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress. You know,
he called you, or is it?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, you know, don't get in the dress.
What do you think the dress is about? Is it to tone us down, to tone that realness down?
I think the dress, personally, is a thing that was not in our culture to do. And I think everybody will want to put their culture on us. And no, not to hate your culture or your God. If your God say you can put on a dress in your culture that's normal for you, that you have the right as a human to choose that. But me
goes viral.
A nigga doing drugs in the ATL, the nigga at least excuse himself, go to the bathroom or some shit. Niggas in Hollywood just do the drugs right in front of you and act like ain't shit happened. You in the middle of a goddamn meeting. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the movie with you, and then we're gonna go back.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you? Nigga, you right there. It's on your nose, nigga. What?
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never fucking expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. Nigga, come here. Come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas Professor Obi? He came out the closet. He came out the closet. Oh my God, a rubber.
Religious people would say, oh, you can't watch the Smurfs because it's bad because they have witchcraft and stuff in there.
I had no idea how messed up the Smurfs are.
I've been a fan of the Smurfs. I grew up as a kid watching the Smurfs, and when the movie came out, I loved it. But damn, this just blew my mind about that. I gotta rethink my reality there and my childhood. You know, all these media, cartoons, and everything, they condition us from childhood. That's crazy. How many of you were a Smurf fan?
It was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt said,
Yep.
well, if I'm single in a year and you're single in a year, maybe we can get together and see what happens. And I was like, oh my God.
The only thing before that in the movie with me is I slept with this white man and I got a white baby. She had a white husband for the 14 years she been doing comedy.
You know how they say you can never really know how the industry works unless you're in it? Well, Katt Williams might have just given us a sneak peek into exactly what that means, as the comedian has now come up with some big news about Tiffany Haddish. According to Williams, his fellow comedian's career didn't come up as organically as she has led everyone to believe. The veteran comedian seems to believe that Haddish might have taken a quick route up the food chain in the entertainment industry and is now laying out the details of her secret life. So if you've ever had doubts about who Haddish really is, then you probably shouldn't miss this. News of celebrities living double lives have been broken time and time again, but even that does not seem to compare with how Tiffany Haddish has make her way to the top. And Katt Williams is leaving no stone unturned in his spill.
Why? Because ain't nobody gonna sleep with him. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke.
Williams recently spoke about some of his fellow industry players and decided it was the perfect time to drop a scoop about Haddish. During an appearance on V103's Frank and Wanda in the Morning Show, Williams went in on a number of his fellow comedians, including Lil Rel Howery, Jared Carmichael, Kevin Hart, and Hannibal.
Because he has 7 TV shows.
See, the reason I stopped was because I 7 shows on TV all at once.
One black guy, I know what happens when they are going to elevate another.
Beyonce stole her steez.
Oh, you think so?
Look at Crazy in Love video and look at A. Marie. Fall in love.
Buckle up, folks, because Katt Williams has just targeted a new poisonous fish in the pond of the music industry. While the internet was rocked by the comedian's recent claims about the Hollywood Titans, Williams has shifted his focus from guys like Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart to a much bigger target, specifically music royalty Beyonce, who now can be canceled forever because of what the comedian has to say. According to Williams, Queen Bey might not be as pristine as her media portrayal suggests. He's dropping revelations about a metaphorical trail left by Beyonce on her way to stardom, insinuating potential sacrifices of competitors in the ruthless entertainment industry. While it may look like just another wild claim, it's worth noting that whispers of murky dealings behind the scenes of Hollywood, with Beyonce possibly at the center, have been circulating way before Katt's revelations.
That Beyonce may have stolen her moves for the video of... this is not the first time Beyonce's routines have...
After all, everything that Katt Williams is saying sooner or later turns out to be truthful. Now, he's taking the fight against Hollywood Titans, and he's going straight after Beyonce, suggesting that the industry's sweetheart might have been a member of that deviant Tinseltown club. While mentioning that 2024 is going to be the year of the truth, the comedian stated that no celebrity would be spared. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed. That's all, and anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. The burning question now is whether Beyonce will be fully thrown under the bus together with other industry's villains, like Diddy and he husband Jay-Z. As Katt claims, he's always seen something shady in Beyonce's quick rise, and he doesn't believe it was solely for her talent and voice.
I just gotta come say, this is wrong.
As the comedian keeps stirring the pot with the darkest celebrity secrets, the controversy surrounding the Queen Bey continues to unfold. It's been long suspected that there's more to Beyonce's journey to the top of the music industry than meets the eye. For example, let's dive into the tangled web of beef between Queen Bey and Azealia Banks. In her Instagram rant explaining why she didn't attend Beyonce's tour, Banks wrote, "This woman has done so much nasty stuff behind the scenes to stifle other black female artists. Literally, she begs people like Dixie Chicks, Shakira, and Adele for collabs, but doesn't pay the legion of black women who pen her songs." That's just one side of the nasty story. And it seems that Beyonce might be up to more than just losing money, but they are also losing their lives or mental health. There's been multiple examples of Beyonce stealing and copying from other talented artists, something that Katt Williams despises in all artists.
Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Just like the comedian doesn't hold back exposing the filthy thieves that took over the industry, Azealia Banks can't even stand hearing Beyonce's name. And folks, does she know how to hold a grudge? Beyonce first caught the fury of Banks in 20...
What are your thoughts on Katt Williams? I believe he's another truth speaker, and he launched this year with his interview. All right, that's another one for the HFC podcast. Thank you for being here again, and for all those who've been subbing up, liking, respect to you. Now, all these videos and clips are in the links in the description. Also, these videos are rumors, and there's a lot of fact checks that one would have to do by doing their own research and coming to their own conclusion. None of these things are set in stone. It's for entertainment purposes only. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed in these dark, deceptive times. HFC out. Peace.